10 manhwa-like solo leveling to get goosebumps. Looking for more manhwa-like solo leveling? Look no further. This list has 10 recommendations that are sure to give you goosebumps. From stories about demons and exorcists to slice-of-life tales and everything in between, there is something for everyone. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some killer manhwa recommendations. And before we begin, be sure to subscribe and like for more top 10 videos and turn on notification for future updates. Starting off with our number 10, Heavenly Demon Cultivation Simulation. This is quite a new plot in Cultivation Manhua, really enjoyable, and the MC is really smart and strong without being overpowered. The art fits really well. A scout in the infamous demon cult, Hui is on a routine patrol when his squad unexpectedly encounters a fearsome master of the Manhua sect, the sworn enemies of the demon cult. Without warning, the Manhua cult master slaughters the entire squad. As Hui lies dying, lamenting years of service to the cult with nothing to show for it, he is suddenly faced with a video game prompt asking if he would like to start again. Given the opportunity to start over and make different choices, Hui vows to survive and become stranger so he can rise to the top of the demon cult. This is so far really good. It has the base that all mangas have, but it's not a copy. It has its own unique original plot with a character who has actually gradual growth and doesn't suddenly become OP. Anyways, worth the read 100%. Number 9. I'll be taking a break for personal reasons. Yu Il-shin is a third-rate wave novel author. Everyone who hears his name makes fun of him because his name means only God in Korean language. Yu Il-shin lives in a society where only hunters are treated well. His awakened ability is a bit strange. He gets an app on his smartphone. After killing ants and completing missions on the app, his real-life talents can also be increased. So Yu Il-shin starts grinding money and making more followers as he uses the app. This manhwa took different unique elements like the mobile app system from I Just Want to Game in Peace and other fantasy manhwas with a dungeon system and made it into a really unique story. The art of this manhwa is top tier and fight scenes looks amazing. Characters are also written well and they never get annoying. The world building is the best thing in this manhwa. It gets better as the story progresses. This is a must-try fantasy gem. Number 8. Clever Cleaning Life of the Returned Genius Hunter. World's first Triple S ranked Genius Hunter, Junwoo Kim. He regresses 10 years into the past after being ambushed by unknowns one day. With all his hunter skills now locked, he must fulfill his career as a dungeon cleaner to unlock them. But this cleaner is extraordinary. The once renowned hunter, Junwoo Kim, takes over the cleaning duty with vigorous determination. I like the concept here, but I was more interested in the idea of strong to weak and a formerly OP guy learning humility than anything else. Overall, it's really a great manhwa for solo leveling fans. Number 7. Star Suite Ube. So basically, after every 2 months, main character is transmigrated into another random world where he has to complete tasks assigned by the system in those worlds. After completing the task, he can return to the real world. This manhwa is on literal crack. Every single world main character visits take place in a different era with a supernatural twist in each of them. Art of this manhwa is superb, and the fight scenes are long and satisfying. Main character is also quite ruthless. He also uses his head a lot. Enemies are not just bad guys for the sake of being a villain. Their every action is well thought out and they also use their brains. The world building is massive. The only downside of this manhwa is the translation. Even in the official Wave Novel website, the translation can be hard to understand sometimes, especially when there are big paragraphs. You can just ignore those paragraphs and believe me, you will miss nothing important. Overall, it's an outstanding hidden gem. Everyone needs to try this once. Number 6. Jobless Yet Invincible. Shin Min-cheol had been recruited to the world called Anhelis. He was once who had lived 200 years fighting to survive and destroying the enemies. In the end, the ruler of the continent Zero was led to the victory of war. And finally, Minchiol, who has finally returned to Earth leaving the peace of Angelis behind, wants to live his long-awaited life as a rich unemployed man. But another conspiracy begins to approach him. If they are after me, they have to find me first. All I have to do is go and fight it off. This manhwa is a mix of some supernatural mafia drama action. Art is good at start, but it downgrades a little bit afterward, which is a downer. Side characters are also decent. This manhwa is only recommended for guys who like modern-day drama with some supernatural twist. Moving on to our number 5, a comic artist survival guide. Snow, a falling comic artist whose comic is about to be discontinued, reincarnates into his own comic by chance. In his comic, the Panthe continent is on the verge of ruin due to the expansion of the Demon King's army, resulting in Snow being in danger as well. Just as his life was about to end, Snow receives an opportunity to survive, with the condition that he takes over the author's role and rewrites the entire comic storyline. If he fails to create a more interesting story, then Snow and the comic world would be destroyed. Give this a try if you want a really good story set in a fantasy world. Number 4. Tang Yin in Another Realm 2, The Rise of Fang Nation. The assassin, Tang Yin, who had transmigrated into another world, relied on his decisive and determined heart to sit on the throne as the king of Fang Nation. But 2 days after he became king, he was met with an assassination attempt. The mysterious Ling Wu Academy, the Superpower Nation, Zheng Nation, and the Hao Tian Empire appeared one after another. In the midst of many crises and obstacles, how did Tang Yin lead the Fang Nation and dominate the world? Overall, it's really a great manhwa to read if you want a Murim vibe with solo leveling kinda characters. Number 3. I obtained a mythic item. In a world where technology and magic are almost indistinguishable from one another, monsters and creators of myth and legend rain terror upon mankind. In humanity's darkest moment, individuals with special godlike powers emerge to save the day. They are the Awakened. Meet Jaeyeon, a feeble awakened human raider who struggles to make ends meet until one day a series of confounding events allow him to claim a powerful item that will change the course of history forever. This is a good dungeon-type regressor manhwa. The story is quite amazing. The art is also good and it becomes better during fighting scenes. Main character has a decent personality and side characters are also written very well. The world building is also top-notch. The only major problem is that the chapters are very long and there is a lot of unnecessary drag drama which can become a little bit boring for some readers. Other than that, this manhwa is recommended for every dungeon genre fans. Number 2. Your Talent is Mine. Yi Tian, who is the MC, one day wakes up to find himself awakened in the world being flooded by interdimensional monsters. His talent is classed as weak tire, but after an interaction with his sister, he finds he is unique and is able to copy other people's talent. After copying a talent depending on what it is, it can profoundly change the user's physique in painful ways. The art of this manhwa is top tier. Fight scenes are also well portrayed. The story is a little bit above average, but the execution of the plot is done very well. The world building is also a top-notch. This is a must-try for dungeon-type manhwa fans. And finally, number 1. Swordmaster's youngest son. Jin Run Candle was destined to become the head of his Swordmaster clan, but despite of his best efforts, he's banished from his shoddy swordsmanship. Though Jin eventually makes a contract with the god Solderate and is freed from the curse that hindered his abilities, he meets a rather unfortunate end. In the next moment, however, he awakens as a baby, long before his tragedy begins. Armed with a second chance and some new powers, Jin swears to fulfill his destiny and become the ultimate Swordmaster. The art is fabulous, deserving 9 out of 10. This is a journey of MC turning himself from a wimp to a Chad in his second life to acquire the position of clan master in his family by reaching the peak of swordsmanship. So, it is definitely recommended for weak to strong lovers. So ladies and gentlemen, we conclude our today's list with that. But before we leave, make sure you leave with a thumbs up to the video. We really work hard for bringing content for you guys. Therefore, a like to the video will be really motivating. If you have any sorts of queries or suggestions, the comment section is always open too. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to us so that you won't be missing out on any of our updates, as we assure you to bring more quality content in the future times. Till another one, see ya and goodbye.